I want to ask you about this major victory for President Trump earlier today. He took on social media platforms, he's taken on media companies and even the might of Google, and he's had another win here. Google subsidiary YouTube has paid out more than $24 million to settle a lawsuit that President Trump brought against the platform for suspending his channel after the January 6th riot. This is a major victory. There's no other way to look at this, Kosha.
For sure. And now he is approaching $90 million in such settlements. 25 million from YouTube right now, as you say, 25 from Facebook/Meta, 15 million from ABC because George Stephanopoulos slandered him, really. That's what the settlement was on, when it was misstating the claims from that E. Jean Carroll case. And then CBS, the balance of that. So that's 90 million. About 2/3 of it is going to his presidential library and the ballroom that's going to be constructed in the White House, which is going to anger, I think, the left, because both those things are permanent things that'll have Trump's name on it forevermore in some way. And then the 1/3 is going into his pocket. So it is a win for sure. It's part of his comeback, the greatest comeback story of all time that's continuing. These are all civil lawsuits that he's made in his personal capacity. So they're not, official lawsuits by the US government. Those types of things are also pending. But yeah, on it goes. He's got a few more in the pike. The Wall Street Journal, Associated Press, the Pulitzer Prize Committee. He's suing them as well, giving Pulitzer Prizes to all those people for the Russiagate reporting, and on it goes. So those are going to be funny ones that I think will continue to come out in his favor.
I tell you, accountability is coming for everybody. And when it comes to Google and particularly YouTube, they've admitted that the Biden administration pressured them to deplatform particular individuals, to get rid of content that the Biden White House did not want shared. I mean, this is a real issue. We've had so many people having meltdowns about Jimmy Kimmel being off air for a couple of days. This is a real free speech issue, and I don't think it's got this sort of coverage it deserves. There were so many ordinary people, Kosha, impacted.
Absolutely. That is really the point. So it's fun and funny to see that accountability and having them to pay up, even though they're just settlements without apologies. But the real crux, the legal crux of it is what you say. And if we think about what happened in the wake of January 6th, they completely deplatformed the sitting US president, because he still was the president until January 21st, from all of those platforms and then some, plus individual people. They're still being reinstated till this day. Not all of them have been reinstated. There's all sorts of people, like Dr. Naomi Wolf is part of this lawsuit today from YouTube. She's getting, I think, 2 million or so out of that because of COVID vaccine-related information that she was sharing. They suspended her. And there's so many examples about that. So we've only scratched the surface. The ultimate remedy for this, many do believe, is antitrust, which is picking up momentum, that they're just too big, and the economic power of these 5 or 6 companies is so much that it's so hard to do anything around them. If that happens, I think only then will you see a structural change. Otherwise, it feels like a little bit of ankle biting. You get some wins here and there, but if the other side comes into power, which they will at some point, I would expect to see these kinds of tactics, unfortunately, continue in the future.
And Kosha, when it comes to Google, you can't overstate their power and influence. This is how people find out information in the modern age. They've got close to monopoly power, and that can be a dangerous thing, can't it?
Yeah, it really is scary where they have the economic power, but as you say, unlike an ExxonMobil or some other company like that that's also economically very powerful, their market cap, they deal in information flow and opinion shaping. And it's only going to get even more amplified with AI. And they and all of these tech companies are going into that, where now that's further going to control how people think and the masses think. So this is a big deal. Antitrust, again, I think is the only remedy. And the issue is that governments in these cases are very, very slow relative to how quickly those companies can grow and roll up the whole world and all the information in it. And that imbalance is very tough to combat, but it is picking up steam. And if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen in the Trump administration, some sort of antitrust case brought by the DOJ, but we shall see.
Kosha Gada, thank you so much for your time.